All right, percent of change again, just like the last couple lessons we've had, a lot of the stuff that we'll do today hopefully will seem familiar because we did this in pre-algebra. This goes back to chapter 7 of pre-algebra last year. At least those of you in my class should have seen it. So today we're going to do percent of change. We're going to find the percent of change and we're going to solve problems involving percent of change. We're also going to use percent proportion a little bit, and so we'll be setting up some proportions and solving those as well. All right. Percent of change is really a simple formula. It's just new minus old over old. And so you're going to be given two prices or numbers or values or something that relate to one another in some way. You're going to have an original price and a new price, or you're going to have an old price and a new price, and you're just going to set these into the formula and solve it. It's really not that difficult. New minus old over old. So if your original value is 50 and the final value is 55, which one's the new one?
55.
The 55. The final value is the new one. So just use the formula. 55 minus 50 over 50. 55 minus 50 is 5 over 50. Now, we're talking about a percent, so I want that to be a percent. There's a couple of ways that you can go from here. I don't care how you do it. One way that you can do it is just divide. What's 5 divided by 50?
10.
It's going to be not just 10, it's going to be 1/10. It's going to be 0.10, right? And then we've got to change that to a percent. So 0.10 would be 10%, right? So you can do it that way, or, and I'm going to do it this way as I work through the problems because we're going to use the percent proportion in some later problems. So I'm going to set it up using a proportion equals x over 100. A percent is always in relation to 100, and then if you just solve that using the fish method, this one's really easy. 100 times 5 is 500 divided by 50 is 10. The thing I like about this one is it puts the decimal in the right place. Okay? You don't have to worry about moving any decimals if you use the percent proportion like this. All right, so new minus old over old. Next example here, new price is 64 minus the old price is 72 over the old price is 72. 64 minus 72 is negative 8 over 72, and then if we just set it up to a percent proportion equals x over 100. 100 times negative 8 divided by 72 equals
11.1.
say it, negative what?
11.1.
Negative 11.1%. We're going to round everything to the nearest tenth usually. Now the one thing also that we need to draw attention to here is this. This one was positive. That means it was a percent increase. This one was negative, so it is a percent decrease. Okay, and the homework is going to ask you to identify if it's an increase or a decrease. And that really is very obvious based on the whole problem to begin with. This one went up, so it's an increase. This one went down, so it's a decrease, right? So, but you are asked to identify if it's an increase or decrease, Brett.
Is this all about like negatives and positives?
You know, it's just going to depend on the way it's worded. It does ask you to identify increase and decrease, so go ahead and do that for now. Some of them, if it asks what is the discount or what is the drop in price or whatever, the word discount implies a negative. So if you say it was a discount of a negative, then that kind of messes things up. So yeah, go ahead and write increase or decrease. All right. So what was the formula, by the way? New minus old over old. Okay. And so new is 30. Old is 66 over 66. These two numbers should always be the same. So 30 minus 66 is negative 36 over 66. You could use a percent proportion equals x over 100.
54.5.
Negative 54.5%. Okay? Was and is, these are different words, but which one's which? Is new, so 12.1 minus 9.8 over 9.8. 12.1 minus 9.8, 2.3 over 9.8 equals x over 100. 19%. Okay. All right, that's not too bad, right? Pretty simple? Okay. Let's make application of this. So the total number of passengers on cruise ships increased 10% during the years 2007 to 2009. If there were 17.22 million passengers in 2009, how many were there in 2007? Okay, so there's a lot of numbers in here. Just don't worry about the dates. Those numbers just muddy things up. We just got to identify which one's new and which one's old. Hey. Okay, if there were in 17.22 is going to be the new. Okay, so 17.22 just over x. What do we have to do with the old one? Minus x over x, right? Equals 10 over 100. How are we going to solve that? Cross products. Cross products, right? Okay, so that one is going to be 10 times x equals, this one would be 100 times 17.22 minus x. So 10x equals 1722 minus 100x. Add 100x. So 110x equals 1722. Divide by 110. This one goes to two places. Let's take the next one to two places. 15.65 what? Million passengers. Okay, 15.65 million passengers. Okay, it's using the same formula that we just used, new minus old over old. We just were missing a different number this time and had to use percent proportion to solve it, right? Okay, let's do another one. It's going to be a very similar problem. Recent percent of increase in tuition at Northwestern University was 5.4%. If the new cost is $38,408, find the original cost. So this is new. Help me set it up.
33,408
Minus x over x equals 5.4 over 100. Same type of problem here. So it's going to be 100 times 33,408. Oops. Didn't want my parenthesis yet. 8 minus x equals 5.4x. 33,40800 minus 100x equals 5.4x. Add 100x. divide by 105.4. So that's 3,340,800 divided by 105.4. Bryson? 0.4. Okay, so $31,696.40. So it went up from 31,700 up to 33,400. So it went up about $1,700. All right. Those are big numbers. We're not used to working with numbers that size, right? $1,700. 1,700. I intended to say 100 if I said 1,000. Sorry. All right, 1,700. All right. Now then, let's move on and talk about we're going to talk about increase and decrease from the standpoint of sales tax and discount. So if we have a sales tax, you have to add that into your cost to know if you can buy something or whatever, right? So a new DVD costs $24.99 if the sales tax is $6.85%. What is the total cost? This is not bad at all. This is not even going to use the new minus old over old. It's not the percent of change or percent proportion. We're just going to make it real simple here. Take the cost, 24.99, multiply by the tax, so times 6.85%, but we can't use it as a percent in our equation. What do we want to use? Let's just use it as a decimal. 0.0685, right? Move the decimal over 2 times. So 24.99 times 0.0685. What do you got? Let's get those calculators working here. 1.71. So what does that mean?
That's the tax.
That's the tax. What do I need to do now?
Add it.
Add it to the cost. So add plus 1.71. So that'd be 26.70, right?
Yep.
So 26.70, $26.70. Real similar problem here. Marta is purchasing wire and beads to make jewelry. For merchandise is $28.62 before tax. What is the final cost? $28.62 times the tax is 0.0725. 2.07. Add that to the original cost. $30.69. Okay. This is easy. I hope so. All right. Now let's talk about discount. Since Tyrell has earned good grades in school, he qualifies for the good student discount on his car insurance. His monthly payment without the discount is $85. If the discount is 16%, what will he pay each month?
We're doing the same thing, but subtract.
We're doing the same thing, but you're going to subtract instead of add. 85 times 0.1, not 0.016. Now it's just 0.16. Move the decimal over twice. 85 times 0.16. 13.6. Subtract 13.6 from 85. $71.40. Good grades are worth money on your car insurance, kids.
Seriously?
Absolutely. A picture frame originally priced at $14.89 is on sale for 40% off. What is the discounted price? So 14.89 times 0.4.
5.96.
That can't be right. That is right? 5. Okay. Sorry, didn't seem right to me. 5 point what?
96.
5.96. Yeah, I guess that would be right. All right. Subtract it, 5.96. 8 point what? 8.93?
Yeah.
Okay. I hear different numbers being shouted. This is not Price is Right. $8.93. All right. Your assignment, I think that's like 17 questions maybe, 16.